Welcome in Dijon in France for the second round of the Belgian Racing Car Championship. This is the Trophée de Bourgogne, and on this former Grand Prix circuit, the 3-hour race for the Belgian Championship will take place. Again, 3 championships in one. This is the EVU category with guest car for the French duo of Maxime Jousse and Harry Teneketian, setting pole for the 3-hour race in mixed conditions, as you can see. Strong performance in that pro category for the Aston Martin of Brussels Racing, driven by Tim Verbergt, Bert Redant and Damien Koens. They're second on the grid, and on third it's the other car of Brussels Racing. So a big improvement for the Aston Martins after a disappointing first round in Zolder. In the Cup category, the pole went to the Ferrari of Thames Racing by Power Cars, the car driven by Van Dierendonck, Olivier Van Oost and Jeffrey Van Hooydonk. Good performance again from that Ferrari 458. And in second position it was the Belgium Racing Porsche, with the youngsters Van Haren, Korten and Hoevenaars at the wheel. In the trophy category, it was the GC-V6 Cups who dominated. Pole went to Lemaire and Al-Hazari, but the second place was surprisingly for the KTM X-Bow from Mesquita DVB Racing, driven by Xavier Mesquita and his teammates Rainer Weishaupt and Rob Kruger. A wet track in Dijon greets the drivers on the starting grid. Rain had passed over the track just before the start, so that would make life difficult for the drivers and for Tim Verbergt, second on the grid as well.
Tim, vlak voor de start hier in Dijon.
Tim, right before the start, wet track, what will you do? Well, I don't know what we're going to do. Yesterday we had a dry track all day, and the improvement, the predictions say it will be wet and dry, so it's a bit a gamble for everybody. It's a race of 3 hours and we have to stay on the track and try to get to the finish as high as possible. And how was the formation lap for you? I would have liked to have done 2 formations laps, but I think the car goes well for the moment. Some cars will start from the pit lane. This is pole sitter Maxime Jousse.
Maxime hier in pole position. Donc.
Maxime, pole position, that's good for you. Yes, exactly. We had a good pole position yesterday, good qualifying session. So it's good for Harry, who will take the start. It's a wet track, but with the sun it should dry very quickly. We'll see what I'll do. I'll take the last stint after 2 stints for Harry, so I think we can hold the first place. What do you think of the track? Well, I like the track a lot. As a French driver, I've driven here a lot. And it's a very quick track, I like it a lot. The 99 Belgian Racing Porsche, and there is an extra formation lap for the drivers to get acquainted to the conditions. We're driving with Enzo Ide in the SRT Corvette, waiting for the start. And there goes Ide. What a quick start. That was right on the limit, I think, but the Corvette is in the lead now on the long straight of the Dijon-Prenois racetrack. So it's the Corvette leading with the Audi, and then the 2 Aston Martins squeezing the guest car. And who goes to the first corner in first position? It's the Corvette from the Audi still, I think. Driving with Tim Verbergt in the yellow Aston Martin. He's following Michael Schmetz in the Red Bull colored Aston Martin from Brussels Racing. Still Ide leading. Goes a bit wide there. That's an opportunity for Teneketian to take the lead. And here's Verbergt again, chasing the Audi and passing the WRT car. And now he's heading for Enzo Ide in the Corvette. And Michael Schmetz has a go for the lead, but still Ide holds on to the lead in the Corvette. Then the 2 Aston Martins, followed by the Audi. Difficult conditions, a wet, quick track. The Corvette just finding traction there. And here with Verbert chasing Schmetz, who passes the Corvette, and I think the other Aston Martin might pass Ide as well. So the Aston Martin of Michael Schmetz in the lead now. And who will take second position? Ide holds on to second. Then it's the Aston Martin and the Porsche of Belgium Racing, driven by Xavier Maassen. Followed by Tinne Kitzian in the Audi. Tim Verbert going for second. And it's like the Corvette is standing still here on the long straight. And the frustrated Enzo Ide has to settle for third. So Aston Martin 1, Aston Martin 2, Corvette on 3, and then Xavier Maassen edging closer to the Corvette. And the spin from Michael Schmetz, that will cost him the lead indeed. Tim Verbert takes the lead from Schmetz and will he get going again? Yes, there he goes. Takes a bit of time to find traction on the wet grass. Loses a lot of places there, drops down to 5th again, I think. And it's the first of the pit stops, changing to slick tires now.
Xavier, een goede eerste stint.
Xavier, that was a good first stint for you. Yes, absolutely. Qualifying wasn't perfect, so we had to start in 5th. But we were able to maintain our position, and we went to 3rd quickly. And then 2nd after the spin of the Aston. And then I took the call to go to slicks quite early, and that was good for our car. And we were able to get a good lead. Tim Verbert getting in with the Aston Martin of Brussels Racing. Sunny conditions. You can see the Corvette leaving. Slick tires as well for the Aston.
Eerst en vooral de start was een beetje.
The start was a bit chaotic. I think Ide went before the lights went, so because you already overtook me before the line. And then the Audi braked quite early, so Schmetz could overtake him. And then I was in 4th. I could pass the Audi and the Corvette as well, just like Michael. So I was 2nd for 3 laps, and it still went better. I got into the rhythm, and then he made a mistake, Michael, and I took the lead. But the 99 has come out on slicks, but it was impossible for me to overtake him, so we changed to slicks as well. In the Cup category, the Ferrari of Sunen, sharing the car with Frederik Verwisch here. Verwisch winning the first round, of course, in the Pro category in Zolder. The number 5 Pro Concept Porsche of Piron, Mondro and Van Hove fighting for honours in that Cup category. But he's in 4th for the moment. And even the Hannover Motorsports of BMW of Verhoeven and Verhoeven is in front. Up until this happened, puncture on the left front tyre. And Verhoeven has to come in to change the wheel. Yeah, everything went well at the start. But then we had problems with the puncture on the left front. Unfortunate, because we were doing good times. Rain was the same for everybody, so everybody started on wets, and we followed the others. After some 30 minutes we changed to slicks. But it's getting darker again, so it might be raining soon. Sunen fighting with the Ferrari of the Thies brothers, who's in 3rd in the Cup category. Good position for the moment then. 44.58. Chasing, fighting with the number 8 Max Racing Porsche.
Ja, het is redelijk moeilijk verlopen.
It was very hard at the start. We changed some settings, and we had to get used to the car. There was a lot of understeer, so we never got everything out of the car in the rain. But now we changed tires, and it goes a lot better now. On slicks it's a lot better. What do you think of Dijon?
Het circuit van Dijon is prachtig.
Well, it's a very lovely circuit, tricky tracks, but a high wear for the tires. But because with the rain and the dry conditions, we have to change tires a lot. So I think the race will be decided in the pits. The Max Racing Porsche then in second, here driven by Steven Santange, because the Waters brothers were unable to make it. Thames Racing by Power Cars Ferrari in the top three for the moment after 1 hour of racing, and the lead is in the hands of the 98 Belgium Racing Porsche. Just like the 99 is leading the Pro category, the Cup category is led by the Belgian Racing Porsche. In the Trophy category then, race still dominated by the GC V6 Cups. This is the car of Lemre and Al-Azari, and there are some technical issues with that car. Yeah, I'm a bit sad because we have a big problem with the engine. I think we lack some 100 horsepower. I can't get into sixth on the straight, but that's unfortunate because the car is perfect here in Dijon. It's the first time I drive it in the rain, but the chassis is excellent. I think I could have fought with the cars from the Cup category even, and it's very regrettable because I can't anything. I lack too much power, and I can get past the Ginetta who was in front of me, but he always retook me on the straight. Another GC V6 Cup, the 42 of Barenghi and Catriot, is doing a lot better. It's right behind the KTM of Mesquita, which is doing well in these wet conditions. And the lead is in the hand of this Ginetta. It's in second actually, Uberrecken and Leclerc with the Prime Racing after 1 hour of racing. With a new engine, mechanics had to change the engine over the course of the weekend. And they couldn't participate in qualifying, so they started dead last, but they're already second now in the category behind this car, the 44 of Breni and Remechki, who is leading the trophy category. That was the end of part one. See you after the break. Welcome back to Dijon for the second round of the Belgian Racing Car Championship. Sunny conditions now, but you can see the wet track. That caused some troubles for some cars, like for the reigning champions, the WRT Audi of Frank Bellion, Bert Langin and Anthony Kumpen. Bellion had to take evasive action and spun off and destroyed the car. What happened to the car? Well, just an accident. Frank was driving and he was surprised by an early braking action of the Corvette, and he spun in avoiding the car. How big is the damage? Well, I think the damage is rather important. The engine, the gearbox might all be damaged, but we still have to look what we can do. But that's not a good thing for the championship. Well, you can eliminate the result for the championship, so nothing really has happened. The Corvette wasn't involved in the accident, can continue. The SRT Corvette is in 6th position in the Pro category. Impressive machinery, especially on this quick and undulating track. So 5th place after 2 hours of the 3-hour race for Markel Berge-Soulet and Ide. And then there's a fight between the Aston Martins of Brussels Racing for 3rd and 4th. It looks like for the moment it's Grivenier, Schmetz and Bouvy in the Red Bull one, taking advantage over the 100 driven by Verberse, Dant and Koens. But they're really close to each other. And then it starts to rain again, which might change the outcome of this race. In second, it's Tenikitian and Juice in the WRT, with Juice taking control of the car for the final stint of this 3-hour race. And in the lead, still the 99 of Belgium Racing, due to an excellent pit stop strategy. The Porsche of Derdale, Heyer and Maassen still has a good advantage over the Audi and the Aston Martins. Pit stop for the SRT Corvette, going into the final phase of this race. Opting for slicks for the moment, but that could change soon when the rain comes out again. And the same goes for the Red Bull Aston Martin, with Fred Bouvy getting out of the car. Happy with his stint, Fred Bouvy. Talking to Michael Schmetz here. Fred, how was your stint? Well, the thing is, I had to stay on the rain tires on the dry track, so it was very hard, and we lost a lot of time. But for the rest, in the rain, it was rather amusing. 40 more minutes. What is possible? I don't know. I don't even know at what position we're at. So let's see. Harry Tenikitian had a very good opening stint, with the car now in second position. The start was in the rain, so I was very careful, because I have pro drivers around me, so they passed me at the start and I tried to follow them. But after that, I on the dry tires, I had to be careful as well, because there were still some parts of the track wet, and I kept the rhythm, and I'm sixth. In the Cup category, there's problems for the Thames Racing Ferrari, and they had to retire the car, unfortunately. Well, something broke at the wheel, at the attachment for the wheel, so it's impossible to continue. The risk is too big to drive in those conditions. The Hannover Motorsport BMW dropped some places after their early puncture. Luc Soenen and Frederik Vervisch in the Soenen Racing Ferrari, now in fourth position in the Cup category. And with the rain coming down again, conditions are not easy. Nor are they for the Thiers brothers, who are in third for the moment, right behind the Pro Concept Porsche of Piron, Monroy and Van Hove, the car that went out in the first lap in the opening round in Zolder, but now it's in second, and it still has a chance of winning this race in the Endurance Cup category. The Pro Concept Porsche only a couple of laps behind the Belgium Racing Porsche. And that's looking good for the Belgium Racing Porsche, driven by Van Haren, Kosten and Hoevenaars. In the trophy, the KTM has dropped some places. He's now in fourth in the category, just outside the podium then. But it can't be easy to drive around in an open car in these changing conditions. The Ginetta, fighting with two GC-V6 Cups of Bianchi Gatrio and Breni Romecki, with Uberek and Lequeux are very happy to be able to fight, because, as I've said before, the car didn't have an engine for most of the weekend. Jean-Marc, you started last, but you're third in the class already, and that's going very well. Yes, it goes very well. It's difficult conditions, as you can see, with the rain and the dry conditions. But we try to keep the rhythm and don't make mistakes, and let's hope we can continue. in second position in the trophy category, Berenghi and Gatrio, the Swiss-French combination. And they might still have a go to pass the leaders, the Belgian-Polish combination of Breni and Romecki in the number 44 GC V6 Cup. You'll never know what might happen in these final minutes of the race if the rain comes back, and the rain did come back, and that meant that Romecki made a mistake. He dropped off and he fell back to third place behind the Berenghi Gatrio GC V6 Cup, and the Ginetta started dead last, but in the final minutes it took the lead, and Uberrecken and Lequeux win the trophy category. The number 8 Porsche in the Cup category of Max Racing involved in that incident with the Frank Balian Audi as well. The Suner and Verwisch Ferrari finished just outside of the podium in the Cup in 4th position. And podium for another Ferrari, 458 of the Thiers brothers. Good tyre strategy this time. And after the retirement of Zolder, this will do well. Early leaders, they led most of the race in fact. The 98 Belgium Racing dropped back a place in the closing stages of the race due to a technical problem. The water cooler was punctured due to a little stone piercing it, so they had to give the lead to the Pro Concept Porsche, who won the category. The SRT Corvette finished in 5th in the Pro category, right behind the number 9 Brussels Racing Aston Martin. And the 99 Belgium Racing Porsche also led most of the race, but during the final stages, when it started raining, it dropped back to 3rd. Maxime Jousse in the Audi chased the leading Aston Martin in the rain, got very close in the end, but it was Tim Verbert who held on to the lead with only just 1 second in hand, as you can see on these images. A very close finish in very heavy rain. So Brussels Racing Aston Martin wins this second round.
Tim, proficiat. What a race.
Tim, congratulations. Good win. Yes, it's a super race. A super victory as well. We made a mistake during the first pit stop, but we had corrected it. And then we hoped it would rain and dry, and this is what we had. We messed it up in the beginning, but we corrected everything at the end. It was very close in the end. Yes, very close. They have a better setup in the rain, and they come back. We were a bit lost with when our car was in the rain. One more lap, and I think I would have lost it. And then the sun comes back for the champagne. And great winners there with Verbert, Redant, and Koens, winning it from Tinnekatien and Jousse. Derdale, Heyer and Maas in their Porsche in 3rd, then the 2nd of the Aston Martins and the Corvette of SRT. Pro Concept Porsche winning the Cup category.
Pierre, félicitations.
Pierre, congratulations, great win. Yes, thank you. We had some luck there, because then the 99 had a small problem, but that's part of the racing. I think we controlled the changing of the tires. We had a bit of luck, but we're very happy, and it's a great result for the team. And the 2 last laps, yes, they were really catastrophic because of the slicks on the wet track, and it was very difficult. But it was really difficult. And then podium as well, with a Porsche double in front of 2 Ferraris in the Cup category. And the Verhoeven BMW finishes in 5th, but way down, as you can see. And in trophy, a surprise win, maybe, for Prime Racing and their Ginetta. Yeah, congratulations, a great win. Yes, thank you. It was a bit of a hectic and difficult weekend when the engine went during free practice. So we went to look for an engine in England and came back here. put it in the car, didn't do qualifying, did the warm-up this morning, but everything went well in the race. It was a perfect race, very happy. The Ginetta winning in front of 2 GCV6 Cups. And the 4th place was for the KTM of Mesquita. That was it from Dijon. See you next time.